This is an example of a problem that has multi-digit addition or subtraction. And the context that I've used says that there were 81 total pieces of trash, and 52 of those pieces were picked up by Luke, and the rest of the pieces were picked up by Rachel. So the question would then be, how many pieces did Rachel pick up? Before we get into setting up a problem using the standard algorithms, it's helpful for the students to get a bit more context. When we jump straight to these kinds of problems, it breaks base 10 understanding, because we often will say that in order to take 2 away from the 1, you have to borrow from the 8. But this isn't an 8, it's an 80. And to model that, we could use a lot of blocks, specifically blocks where we can stack them into groups of 10. And I like to model those just with drawing it on the piece of paper. So I'm doing 8 long lines for 8 tens. 6, 7, 8. And then there will be a loose one next to it to represent 81. And then 52 is 5 tens and 2 loose ones. Now, in this problem, we're going to take away 52 from 81. And I've seen students do this where they will line it up much like I have here, and then cross out the things that are the same to see what's remaining. So I'm crossing out 5 from each set, leaving me with this 3, 10 group. And then I'm going to take away 2 more from the top set. But we notice that the top set only has 1 to give. And then the students, especially if they're working with actual blocks, can realize we need to break one of these groups of 10 so that there would be 9 left over in the group. And then we can give this an extra to take away 2. Other ways that I've seen these things done, there's one example called a German number line. And whether the student wants to think of this as addition or subtraction isn't that important. We're just looking for the difference between 81 and 52. So they could start on either side of the number line and then just increment by something that is simple. For example, I'll start at the 52 and then increment up by 8, because adding 8 to 52 gives me a nice clean 60. So I have modeled that like this. And then I know that I'm trying to get up to an 81, so 60 plus 20 is 80. And then 1 more gives me the 81. And to complete this problem, I would just add the 1, the 20, and the 8 together to get the 29 result.